How do? It's that time of the year again where we look at 2021, what's went well, what hasn't, hopes for 2022. So, like I did last year, I just thought I'd do my year in beer again. It's been a funny year. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself a lot, what with a lot of the restrictions that have been in place with bars. So, again, like 2020, we haven't operated necessarily in the way that we would like. Sometimes in the bar industry, it's been a very, very tough year. It's been another tough year. So, like last year, I'd just like to start by congratulating all the bars that have survived. Some of them still haven't reopened, and it must be very, very tough. It's a trying market. Recruitment seems to be a real issue, trying to retain staff, especially with the uncertainties about whether the bars are going to close and whether people are going to be furloughed again. So well done to all bars, breweries, tap rooms for seeing the year out, and hopefully 2022 brings a lot more stability and it's easier to run businesses. So like last year, I thought I'd just do a few categories, do my thoughts and how the year went with beer. I think I drank better at the start of 2021 than I did towards the end. I'm not saying that I drank a lot of bad beer at the end of the year, but I think the quality of beer was better in the first half of the year. And I think part of it is because of lockdown. When you're in lockdown, I'm going out more, buying in more bottle shops and buying from breweries. I prefer pubs. Although I try to get regular content out from here, I do prefer to be in pubs, and I'm a lover of the pub. I'm a lover of bars, and I think Carlisle is such a barren area when it comes to drink. There's a slight improvement in the last Zebra, starting to get some beers in now, and Brewdog's been a pretty steady source throughout the year. 301 Miles has just reopened again, so hopefully it'll improve a little bit, but for the city of Carlisle's size, the drinking on the whole is pretty crap. I only really go in 2 or 3 bars in Carlisle at the moment. I only really go in Brewdog, Last Zebra and the King's Head, a little bit in 301, and they're really it. Occasionally go in Weatherspoons, and I only go in it because Carlisle is so rubbish. There is a very, very poor selection of beers in Carlisle. So hopefully that'll change in 2022, but I aren't very hopeful, to be brutally honest there. So because of going out in pubs, I haven't drank as well, I don't think, in the second half of the year. But that said, I have drank some amazing beers this year. I've just had a quick look on Untapped at what I gave 5 out of 5 for this year, and the following beers are my beers of the year, and I'll pick one out of them. So on the channel, I've reviewed 3 really, really good beers this year. There is Vault City's Imperial Barrel Aged Honeycomb Turnover Stout. There was the Helter Skelter Imperial Milk Stout from Siren, and Polly's Birthday Beer. And out of the 3 exceptional beers, my beer of the year that I've reviewed on this channel will be Polly's Birthday Beer. I just thought it was excellent. The hype that went around that beer when it came out and trying to source it was really, really challenging, and I managed to get a can. It was great. Bizarrely enough, 2020, Polly's got my beer of the year that I reviewed on the channel with DDH Spare. So for the 2nd year running, Polly's has had the best beer that I've reviewed on the channel. It ain't my beer of the year. There is a couple of beers that I drank that I didn't review. The Emperor by Wonder Beyond, I recently had barley wine, was pretty good. That'll be up there. I also had the Iron Brew Sour from Vault City. That was an exceptional sour. It just tasted exactly like the fizzy drink. But my beer of the year is called Valentine, and it's from Scram's Meadery in the United States. It's a mead. Now, I ain't the biggest drinker of mead. It's not the easiest style to source over here in the UK. But this came in Brewdog Carlisle, and it was like really, really like thick, syrupy, lovely honey flavours. Oh, it was beautiful as it glided down. Lovely flavour. It was about, I think it was about £12-15 a bottle. And so it was expensive, but we were splitting it with friends, and it was beautiful. I think we had 2 or 3 in the end. It was that good. So because I drank it the most out of all them beers, I'm going to give my beer of the year to Scrams Meadery. And I also want to shout out my mate Owen, because Owen has never ever gave a 5 out of 5 on Untapped, and he gave that a 5 out of 5. So we're both going to have the same drink as beer of the year. I did have to twist his arm to do it, so but I'm going to go with Scrams Meadery's Valentine. Brewery of the year this year is a tough one. Last year I voted for Daya, and I was really thinking about it, because it's really made me think about what is a good brewery. Is a good brewery somebody who does loads and loads of different styles, or is somebody that just does one style and nails it brilliantly? Polly's have had an amazing year for IPAs this year, and probably my favourite IPA brewery of the year. Vault City's sours have been amazing sours this year. The stouts that I've had from Empress Brewery and from Siren have been exceptional, and one of them would maybe be my stout brew of the year. Or we're going for somebody who can do lots of different styles and do them well, and I'm going for that this year, although I have changed my mind a lot because of it. And my brew of the year is going to be Overtone. Their triple IPA. I've really fell in love with triple IPAs in 2021, and they've done some amazing ones. Emerald Shore, straight off the head, was one of the best ones that I've had this year, and they've done lots of different styles. The stouts have been good, the sours have been good. So as an all-round brewery, my brewery of the year this year is going to be Overtone. Supermarket of the year is always a contentious one, and I want to say that I think all the supermarkets on the whole, with the exception of Asda, have regressed this year. I don't think the quality has been as good. Some of the releases from previous years are better than the new releases that have came out this year. Unfortunately, my local Morrison's has not been the best when it comes to getting the new beers in. Some of them haven't came in until months later. So Morrison's has took a bit of a battering locally for me. Although Penrith's Morrison's hasn't been too bad, but it's 16 miles away, and I'm not just travelling for the sake of just to get these new supermarket beers. So I'm going for Tesco, but I don't think Tesco's quality has been better. So the reason why I'm going for Tesco is, again, local accessibility to the drink, but also, like, thinking of the new releases, I think Tesco's had the best IPA this year in Constellations. I hear a lot about this north-south divide that was in Morrison's. It hasn't been up here, so I haven't tried it. Stout-wise, with the selection that they've got in there, with the Northern Monks and the Vocations, I think Tesco's is edging it. They've also got the best sours with Vault City. So, I mean, the Cloudwater beers that went in haven't been as good as what Cloudwater's beers that you would normally expect. I think they've got a little bit of the Brewdog effect on them. So, yeah, on the whole, I think Tesco's is just in front, but I don't think the beer in Tesco's is as good as what it was the year previous. Asda need a mention, because Asda have really upped their game this year, and although the beers aren't as good, they are moving in the right direction. Sainsbury's, scattergun as usual. The pricing is all over the place. £9 for a 750ml bottle of a Saison is ridiculous for a supermarket. I could understand it if it was an Imperial Stout or a triple IPA, because they are really, really popular styles. Saison is not the most popular style of beer in the UK. As much as I like a Saison, I am not going to go and spend £9 in a supermarket for a Saison. I'll buy one in a bottle shop for maybe £5-6. So I think they really need to look at the pricing. Marks and Spencer's, up and down again, pricing and also accessibility to the beers. Aldi and Lidl. Aldi have had some bad beers in there, and they had a one from Williams Brothers, the is it 6 Day or something. That wasn't too bad. So I think Aldi and Lidl have kind of plateaued. Home Bargains introduced their own craft beer range this year, which isn't the best. So hopefully they can work on that and get some improvements in there. But some of the random beers that have appeared in Home Bargains this year have been quite good. They got a Cassell's Milk Stout in for about 89 pence, which was, for the price, was fantastic. and then B&M are good for Friday Challenge. They've been they haven't changed the beers a lot this year. I don't think B&M's had the variety of new beers compared to some of the previous years. So if they can get a little bit more variety, and then that'll be my hopes for them for 2022. So yeah, I'd say my supermarket beer of the year is probably the banana Vocation Stout. It's polarised people. A lot of people have commented on my video and said it's too sweet. I've got a sweet tooth, and that's probably why I like it. Like I say, Constellations from North that went in there was probably my favourite new IPA of the year. The Medusa that went into Sainsbury's wasn't too bad, but I don't think it's on the level that Constellations is. So last year we done Beer City of the Year. Last year I voted for Bristol. This year I'm voting for Manchester. And didn't get back to Bristol this year, sadly, but Manchester is unbelievable. The amount of bars, breweries that have got tap rooms there. You know, you're talking Northern Monk, Cloudwater, Track, Beatniks, just off Pomona Island, all got tap rooms that are all fantastic. It was really good. I've only really scratched the surface in the past, so it was really good to get to Manchester on 3 occasions this year. Blunderbuss Brewery, really good. They've got a bar, and they've got the brewery that opened this year. Check them both out, fantastic. So Manchester's my Beer City of the Year, easy one for me this year. Last year I voted for my Brewdog Bar of the Year. Now, I get called Brewdog fanboy a lot on here, and I understand it because I've got the tattoo on my arm, and I do go in a lot in Brewdog bars. Partly because Carlisle is so barren, you have to go in Brewdog if you want to drink decent beer. But also because they were the brewery that got me in on the start of my beer journey. So me and my wife, we try to go to as many different Brewdog bars and tick them off where we can. I think we're on 55 now different Brewdog bars in our lifetime. And we only managed to get to 3 new ones this year. We got to Nottingham, which has been around for a while. I went in with Raggy. We went to Headingley, which is, well, it's near the Leeds United football ground, and we went to the Manchester Doghouse Hotel. That's my favourite. It's a massive site. The hotel itself to stay in is a brilliant experience. It's got a rooftop terrace, which on a warm day, which is a rarity in Manchester, it's really nice to sit out on, and they've got tacos, which none of the other Brewdog bars have, or not to my knowledge anyhow. Pricing's a little bit on the steep side, is my only little drawback. Yesterday I was in there, I'm filming this on New Year's Eve. I went in yesterday in Manchester, and they had Hazy Jane on, like a 5% Hazy Jane, and then they've got one called Hazy Jane Crush, which is a mimosa, which is 4%, which is dearer than the 5%, and, you know, I don't know. I just think the pricing's a little bit all over the place, especially with some of these medium ABV beers as opposed to some of the higher ones. But that's apparent in a lot of bars at the moment. You can't mention Brewdog without mentioning the elephant in the room, and that's some of the things that have came out about how they've treated staff in the past. At first, I was really angry with how they acknowledged it. I still think they've got a lot of work to do there, but hopefully they're going to make steps in the right direction. My friends who work at Brewdog Carlisle and my mate Zoe who works in Leeds, they appear to be happy, and you know, I'll always have my mates who are staff theirs back, and they've got an ally in me, and so I hope that it's as pleasant experience as possible when you have to go to work. So hopefully it's pleasant for them, but I hope they can make big strides on improving that next year, and also some of this environmental things that they do. I'm not questioning Brewdog's environmental processes and things, but you know, they keep saying they're going to plant these trees, and I haven't seen any yet, so I really want to actually hope that 2022 is the year that we actually physically see these trees getting planted, and if they have already done it, then it's more visible. But they are doing a lot of things for the environment, so I will give them a nod there. Beer wise, I've drank just as much Northern Monk this year as what I have with Brewdog. I've nearly drank as much Cloudwater, nearly as much Day, nearly as much Siren. So they're not the brewery that I would go to all the time, like, despite what a lot of people say. The beers have been pretty average. although towards the end of the year there does look to be some nods in the right direction. Practice what you preach. The Nana dogs that are coming over from the US, the Brewdog Berlin stuff that's going in bars is better than the stuff that's coming out of Ellen, and there is a lot of small batch stuff that's appearing in bars, which, so I'm hopeful that Brewdog are going to start being a bit more creative, because it hasn't been the best for a few years now. So it's about time they acknowledged it, and I think they have acknowledged it, but it's time that they start to really get back on track, really. So what other awards have we got for this year? Online Bottle Shop of the Year, I'm going to stick with Trembling Madness again, but I think a lot of the breweries are really starting to up their game now in terms of when they're doing the triggers for free delivery, and I think going forward, if lockdown happens again, I might buy a lot from breweries, but the variety and selection that's at House of Trembling Madness is still why it's probably my favourite. There is a lot though that are really up in the game now. Fuss Club, for instance. I like the look of the Brewster package, although I haven't bought off them yet. I'll probably do that next year. But yeah, a lot of good bottle shops online, so please do check them out. Suds and Soda, they were really good when I bought a lot of USABs towards the end of the year. So yeah, lots and lots of good online bottle shops in the UK. And so yeah, it's been another good year. The channel has had steady growth throughout the year. I am grateful to everybody who subscribes and likes my videos and comments, in particular those that comment. I'm guilty of not commenting a lot on other people's videos, and I watch a lot of beer reviews, so I am grateful, and it's something I do need to work on with regards to my fellow beer reviewers. I've really enjoyed doing it. I hope you have too. So thank you to those that have stuck around from 2020. Thank you to everyone who joined the channel in 2021, subscribing. I'm not the kind of person who puts videos out asking people to ring the bell for notifications and like and share and stuff. It's not my way to go asking people to do those things, but I am grateful to everybody that has done that throughout 2021. You've been brilliant. Some of my beer highlights for 2021, meeting Raggy in Nottingham was a great experience. Meeting Meza Beers, Blue Nose Beer Reviews, and the Clueless Drinker in Liverpool was fantastic. Liverpool, I've just realised I've missed my brewery tap room of the year off, and I'm going to vote for Carnival in Liverpool. I went to some amazing tap rooms this year. Wylam's is stunning in Newcastle. We went to Black Lodge in Liverpool, and I've been to, like I say, Cloud Waters. I've been to Track. There's some fantastic tap rooms, but Carnival had a great atmosphere about it. Really good beer selection, good merch on sale, decent tunes. So yeah, I'm going for Carnival. Yeah, it's been a good year. So thank you all again. Let's have a great 2022. I hope you get what you want out of 2022. If it's brilliant if you're going to stick around on the channel. It'll be as it is. I'm not really going to change it up a lot. I might do a few more of those pre-match pints if I can remember before I go to the football, but that'll be about it really. But once again, thank you for watching, and on to the next one. Cheers.